5 things that I chose to, and I won't go into the details of them, but the first is like approach. A traditional financial advisor focuses on risk and return, mostly, period. A values-aligned advisor takes a more holistic approach, and they're looking for both financial and social return, which, as we all know, is done without any concession to the financial unless desired. Second is measurement and outcomes. So the outcomes from a traditional advisor is you get a financial return, and any ancillary, whether positive or negative, are not a consideration. A values-aligned advisor delivers things like carbon footprint, environmental impacts, labor practices, diversity and inclusion, sustainability standards and frameworks. So how they show up in the world and the risks that they take to reach their financial return are different outcomes. Third is education. A lot of different education happens when you're working with the values-aligned advisor. Fourth is the product. I mean, the products are different. So a big long list, but green bonds, CDFIs, the product of shareholder advocacy and proxy voting is so important. And which is my fifth, which is engaging with companies. So, when a financial advisor works with a shareholder advocacy, proxy voting, engagement, dialoguing with management, they improve the corporate practices and they can really move mountains. I mean, As You Sow, who collaborates with shareholders and advisors, filed 211 shareholder actions last year, and 70% of what they were talking about were withdrawn, or 70% of the actions were withdrawn because the company went ahead and took the action because they listened to their shareholders. So, there's just, there's a huge difference. And I'll just take one more minute to share my screen. When you look at our advisors, which range from small boutique firms to very large firms. So, RBC Wealth Management, Brown, 1919, Pathstone, GEM, they work primarily with endowments and foundations. All of these firms, from large to small, share the thing that they can invest with value, whereas a traditional advisor doesn't have. And there are other values-aligned advisors that are not on this platform, but these 43 have been put forward by our network of affinity groups and networks such as Impact Entrepreneur, and they have passed our screens, and they show up here by with a lot of answers that allow you to see the difference.